travel through these buildings to imagine yourself living under these conditions. Here you get a view of the first floor dormitory in which approximately 43 beds are crowded into an area intended for less than half this amount. This is the only recreation space which these men have down in the corner. Please note the 4 cracked toilet bowls which must accommodate approximately 43 men. There's nothing adequate about them. As you can see, each of the bowls is cracked. Note the row upon row of boxes stacked so high a ladder is necessary to reach the top. The children have to climb up to these bins to get their clothing. You will note the clothing piled high on the floor, which creates a tremendous problem of correct ownership. Many times a child's initial wearing is the only wearing of his own clothing. Take particular note of this scene where you see some of the patients loading food into the delivery truck. It is plain to see that this is an unsanitary way to handle food. The food is usually cold by the time it arrives at the various buildings. Last year, the population at the school increased by 80 patients, yet nothing was done or added to the budget by our state legislature to accommodate them.
Well, I think traditionally here in New Hampshire, we've always thought of retardation in terms of a state institution.
There are approximately 20,000 retarded people in New Hampshire, or roughly 3% of the population. However, the severely and profoundly retarded, numbering some 1,000 in New Hampshire, are generally the ones most needing the Laconia State School. Presently, only 400 profoundly retarded children are being treated at the Laconia State School. The institution, which has a capacity of about 900 and is obviously overcrowded, has no room for the other 600 profoundly retarded who need help. In addition to being severely overcrowded, the state school is grossly understaffed. 2 attendants to every 45 patients during the day and 1 for each 45 at night.
Yes, I'm afraid New Hampshire is woefully behind in providing the services in the community to these children and their families.
It has been nearly 10 years since New Hampshire legal assistance attorneys began looking carefully at conditions at the Laconia State School.
We had a situation where there were so many residents that the staff were not able to properly care for them.
It was a scene which was entirely out of control.
We had a situation where the residents were in buildings that were not meeting fire safety codes, that didn't represent a positive environment.
As many as 60 and 70 clients would be clustered around a couple of tables, grabbing each other's food, stealing food from one another, staff running around trying to control this client from hitting or stealing the food of another. It was absolute chaos.
Eventually, the Garrity versus Gallen lawsuit was filed, a lengthy trial was held, and in 1981, a federal court judge ordered the state to implement a plan to improve the quality of life for hundreds of retarded citizens.
The state of New Hampshire believes the state school has complied fully with the 1981 court order, and the Attorney General's office has gone to U.S. District Court to seek a release from that order, but a final decision has yet to come down.